On this week's episode of Bungalower and The Bus, we talk about how dogs should or shouldn't be in breweries.
People are mad that someone wants to live in a 400 square foot apartment and they're pooping in alleyways.
Welcome to Bungalower and The Bus. I am the Bus, John Bustegger.
And I'm the less taco chip on your plate, Brendan O'Connor from Bungalower.com.
You just say that because we're at a taco place.
You say that every time. Yes, I get inspired by what's in front of me, John. And
Why
that's
don't you
okay.
ever say something about me then?
I'm just not inspired.
We are here at Cilantro's tonight.
Yeah, over in the Hourglass District / Curry Ford West Main Street.
That's right.
Killing it. And it's right on the corner of
Bumby
and Curry Ford.
This is the first time I've been here.
First time ever.
First time ever.
Me too. It's right by the Hourglass social house.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
I'm not even drinking. I can't even talk. Social house.
I had, what did I have? Carne asada tacos.
And I had the Al Pastor quesadilla. And Al Pastor, we just did that Al Pastor tour, and I wish I had known that this was here. We would have included that too.
I'm impressed. I really am.
Good.
I'm not easily impressed.
No, you don't like many things.
No, it's not that. I just think some things
You just
aren't that
smoke
good.
cigarettes and look at people over
Not
your
anymore.
nose. Yeah.
But like normally, I go out. I've had a lot of food in my life.
Bragging.
And I just think, oh, that's okay. But tonight it was really good. I'm really impressed. So come check out Cilantro.
I think you should put that on your LinkedIn profile. John Bustegger. I've had a lot of food in my life.
I like that.
Not easily impressed. What'd you do this week?
What did I do?
Yeah, what's happened since I saw you last?
I don't even remember.
I know everything because I watch in your bushes. I know everything about you.
You had a big event this week.
I did?
At Booyah.
Yeah, we had like an appreciation dinner at Booyah. They offered to host, and we invited some of our bigger advertisers and supporters, and we got them all drunk.
Nice.
Yeah, it was super fun.
I'm sorry I wasn't there. I play hockey on Tuesday nights. I couldn't make it.
You could make it.
No, I
but
couldn't.
you chose to play hockey
you chose
instead.
to hold an event on my hockey nights. I've been playing hockey for 2.5 years.
Yeah, it sounds like something that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Versus something that
It
was
does,
one-off.
so you should know about this standing thing that happens and schedule it another day.
Fayez teased me and said he was going to come. Didn't come.
Fayez from the Weekly plays hockey with me.
But then I actually met one of your other hockey player dudes.
Who's that?
Cliff something.
All right, yeah, Cliff.
Because I went and recorded the Culinati podcast right after we had our party.
Cliff hasn't played in a while, so
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not a real dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to mess up, Cliff.
So we should probably tell people what Bungalower and The Bus is all about.
If you don't already know, you're in trouble.
That's not true. We get new listeners all the time.
I know. Here on Bungalower and The Bus, we talk about all the top headlines in Orlando's downtown bungalow neighborhoods, including
Curry Ford West.
Including the Milk District, just north of us.
College Park and Winter Park and downtown Orlando.
Paramore for a little spice.
That's right.
I don't know what that means. Before anybody sends me an email.
But you can read about all these things on bungalower.com.
Yeah.
Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
And we don't have everything in front of us. We're not like huge news nerds. We are kind of, but we mess up a little bit. So if you want all the context, go to bungalower.com to get all the news.
I don't mess up.
Ever.
No, I do. I
have to say, I went to New Standard last week.
Yes.
And while I was there, the bartender was like, "Oh, hey, I know who you are. You're Bungalower on the Bus. Where's John?" And I was like,
nice.
No, he didn't. I didn't. I only had 2 invites. I couldn't bring them.
And you asked me if I wanted to go, though, and I told you I couldn't.
And then he said, "Oh, well, he's my favorite."
That's great. I love it. That sounds like a good place. I would like to go eat there.
It was cool. It was a lot of music. The food was delicious. It's the chef from who used to be at K Restaurant, Ryan McLaughlin. And the guy doing the music is, I'm not going to remember right now, but he's like a pro musician that everybody's seen all over the place. Thomas Wynn. Thomas Wynn. He's doing the music.
All right. It was good, though. It's like Dexter's, but new.
You know what? Better than Dexter's.
Better than Dexter's. All right.
It's the same people, though. So that's why it's Dexter's New Standard, because they're
Dexter's
stepping it up.
2.0.
Yeah. Hey, we got some friendly faces here
tonight
watching us.
We told people last week that we were going to be at Cilantro's tonight.
Yeah.
And people actually showed up.
I love it.
Do that more. Lined out the door. Can you believe it? Lined around the block.
Get out of here. I'm not a piece of meat, people. Just trying to eat some tacos.
We're going to have to have this at a bigger restaurant next time to fit all these fans of
We'll
ours.
see where we're going. We'll tell you at the end of the second segment where we're going.
Surprised you can hear us over the crowd.
I know. I think someone just tore my pants off. It was
me,
Ben Kuykendall just did it. Throwing panties.
Brendan wouldn't know what to do with panties thrown at him.
I put them on. I don't know what else to say. We started a new series on our Instagram recently. Have you been following our Instagram?
I follow it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any hearts from
I
you
wouldn't
lately.
say I'm following it.
Yeah,
I follow it, though.
I haven't seen you interacting with the brand,
Me?
which is a little disappointing,
I don't need
John.
to. I see you once a week.
Well, I interact with the Sheriff County stuff.
No, you don't.
I always give you a look. I always give you guys a
when
watch.
was the last time you shared one of my sheriff's office videos?
Like a month ago.
Okay. All right.
No, you're
That's
right.
what I thought.
You're right. That wasn't fair.
That's all right. What are you doing on Instagram?
I've been hanging out at the Orange County Regional History Center's archive room.
Yeah.
And they have boxes and boxes of these old Orlando postcards, some with very intimate messages written on the back.
We talked about this last week.
Well, I just want people to know it's still happening. And so we've been sharing it on our Instagram.
Some more?
Yes. And we have
say that like it's really sexy.
We have some dirty ones coming up. I still haven't shared the milk one. Somebody said they were coming home. They're like, I'm leaving town at this time. I'll be home at this time, ready for a milk. Who says that? I don't know. Like, he better be a dairy farmer.
Sounds like an Amish person.
Is he a dairy farmer? I don't know. We're going to find out. And I hope you're blushing like I am. So, yeah, that's things that are happening.
There's some other dirty ones, though?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
There's one that I think is a little bit like early Victorian lesbianism, which I'm totally into. And it's like a really cute, ornate, like, front. It's like a heart. Like those, like, what are those old heart rings that people wear, you know? It's like a heart knot ring that, like, Celtic people wear. Is it Cladic? Like, like the Cladic cottage up the... That was our producer chiming in, earning her tacos. Thanks, producer. So
you're going to share some of these erotic postcards from the History Museum?
Yeah, we're sharing them all. We've been sharing them. You can see them again on our Instagram page at Orlando Bungalower.
When are they from? Like the 20s and 30s or before?
All over. Like all the times of Orlando. And they're all just mixed together.
So you can't find out if these people are still alive and
I hope they're not.
Reach out to them?
Like, can you imagine if I share something really intimate and then someone's wife sees it and they're like, this is from yesterday? How'd you even get that?
I don't think they're going to be from yesterday.
Well, who knows? You never know. They're dated, right? It's a little warm in Cilantro. Is that all the taco ovens?
Take your shirt off.
All right. Will you undo my snap button for me? Things are happening. Lots of news.
Okay.
Do you have any news you want to talk about first?
No, I just let you do all the work, and I provide the color commentary.
We know. Sounds racist. There's a new director of placemaking and competitiveness.
I saw that.
At the city of Orlando.
I know this man as well.
Frank Billingsley.
Yes. We used to live in the same town. Not together.
He
was there before. He was there after I was there after he left.
I know he likes tall guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be into that. I love Frank. So
we
Frank
used to both live in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Are we talking about you or are we talking about Frank?
I'm giving some context.
Okay, lots of context. He's a nice guy. He's
a very nice guy. He's worked for the city for a long time.
10 years he's been the chief of staff for the mayor.
Yes.
I feel like it's been more than that, but they said 10 in their little press release. I believe it. He was just shuffled over, so now he's this new placemaking and competitiveness director.
So what does this mean? What does this title mean?
What means
is this job?
He's going to be in charge of making our public spaces cool enough that they should be sexy enough to go on like press releases. If they're like trying to like lure people to move to Orlando, they want Orlando to have cool enough things in our public spaces that people will actually want to be here.
Okay.
Because quality of life, man, it's a major determining factor for these high-paying tech jobs. If they're going to move all the way here from California, then we better have, not gross parks.
I hope that I don't know what his job is going to entail, but I hope it expands beyond downtown. Like, I love downtown Orlando, but a lot of people don't live in downtown Orlando. And
okay.
I think sometimes when you hear those, public art and public spaces, it always is concentrated in downtown.
I think they have a pretty good handle Like the person who Heather Fagan, who's taking his job. Of chief of staff, she was like in the communications. That was what she did. Yeah. But she handled like Lake Nona and things. So they get now.
I forget about that. I don't get out to Lake Nona that often. So I know they do all kinds of crazy stuff out there. In terms of public spaces and art, and they just have a lot of money out there.
They have a lake full of inflatable slides.
Yeah, they do.
That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, put that at Lake Nona.
And I know a lot of people that move here.
I meant to say Lake Eola, but I said Lake Nona. You know what I meant.
I know when people move here, that's one of the probably top places they look to live because, if you're moving from California or somewhere
it's Lake Nona.
Money, you're going to want to move to Lake Nona.
Well, yeah, and then you get there and it's literally like high rises in the middle of a cow pasture.
Yeah.
Like they're downtown like dead ends and there's cows there.
It's not going to be like that forever.
No. But for now it's a little weird. It kind of, and I like Lake Nona. We're going to be doing some work for Tavistock. If you're listening, don't get mad at me. But it looks literally like Magneto used his magnetic powers and ripped a city out of somewhere else, floated it through the air, and then dropped it in a field.
Yeah, I don't get out there enough. I mean, I've been to the
if you're into that kind of thing
there. I mean, I've toured that, but I don't get out there enough.
I like it. They have that Boxy Park, which is like the shipping container.
I haven't even seen that.
No. We've been talking to them. They want to do like a drunk bus from downtown Orlando that we fill it up with like influencers and people who just want to have a good time. And we take the bus out to Lake Nona and just have like a day of debauchery. And then we get bussed back downtown. Yeah.
It'd be drunk.
Just drunk.
Drunk before you go or after?
You get a bucket full of liquor when you leave, and when you come back, you can use it to throw up in.
I like it. And then you can take that little really slow bus they have around.
It's an autonomous shuttle?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
slow.
It's
really slow.
It can't go over 15 miles an hour. Is it called beep, beep, beep? Yeah. Beep, beep. They should make it look like an android. They should make it look like R2-D2. That's a missed opportunity.
You should try to race it on foot.
Yeah, it would still win.
No.
With me, you'd be fine.
Okay.
I'd be sweating out Al Pastor tacos 5 minutes in. Nobody wants to see that. And if you do, you're not a nice person.
So that's an interesting job title.
Yeah.
That's a new one, right?
If there was ever something that would lure me away from Bungalower, it would be like to go work in the Department of Placemaking and Competitiveness. But I feel like I'd have to be there. I'd be there all the time like, competitiveness. Yeah, I'm going to make this place. That place has been made.
You should send your resume in.
That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'll do. I'll make like a video.
Send a videotape.
Like,
that's a good idea.
This Lake Eola's made. Throw down plastic bottles.
They probably got your office space already picked out.
I'm ready. Take me in.
Screw this.
I'm not going to wear pants though. It's going to be short shorts and a smile. That's what you're going to get for my work uniform.
If you work in the city, you'd have to leave. You'd have to leave Bungalower.
Would I?
I think so.
Oh well, we'll see. Maybe it'll be a special exception
for you
because I'm an exceptional person.
Probably not.
Let's see. I doubt it too. They would never trust me to work for the city of Orlando. They know I'd be like tweeting things. Like,
well, just don't tweet things.
Did you see Mayor Buddy Dyer's makeup today? girl.
You just lost the job. Congratulations.
Hashtag train wreck. Yeah, they would not let me.
You had it, and then you just lost it.
Unmade. Did you hear Hamilton and Wicked are coming back?
I did. I didn't see either one when they were here.
I didn't see Wicked.
No? You saw Hamilton?
Uh-huh, I did.
You got free tickets.
I did.
They don't invite me.
Press, do you want to go if I get them this time?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll dress up in period costume.
Fly your wife back down from New York.
I will.
If not, I'll go with you.
Okay.
She's got so mad.
Is it this year or next year it's coming?
This year.
Oh.
This year.
Oh.
So there's something happening in the fall.
All right.
What happens in the fall? Steinmetz Hall, and then their new green room is scheduled to be finished.
Open.
So as part of that,
Steinmetz Hall is their new addition. That's what? How much is it? Millions and millions of dollars.
I almost cussed. Who knows?
A lot.
Who knows? It's a lot.
A lot.
That's the one because they wrapped it in rubber.
It's the one you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah, it's
from
floating. If there was ever
corner.
an earthquake in Florida, you wouldn't feel it in there because it's just a free floating building.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true.
Oh,
that's what they told me.
Really?
When I was in there.
If there's an earthquake, you won't feel it.
Yeah, because it's just floating. It's not touching anything. It's just surrounded by rubber.
Magnets.
Yeah, rubber magnets.
Yeah.
It's Magneto again, working his
this
magic.
Is how they're celebrating with Hamilton?
Hamilton and Wicked.
But they're not going to be in that hall. They'll be in another hall.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There's supposedly like a big name musician coming who's going to perform there, acoustically.
Ooh.
And then I overheard it somewhere, and then I completely forgot. People know that they can talk about things around me if I'm drinking.
Oh, because you'll just forget.
I'll completely forget the next day. Yeah, and I'll just remember like that I touched someone's butt inappropriately or something, and then that's all I'll remember. I'm having flashbacks to Enzian right now.
Oh, at New Year's Eve.
Oh my gosh, I should not have been allowed out in public.
You won a costume contest.
Yeah, but I think they gave it to me like
if
he doesn't get it, he
has
might
problems. We're going to
cry.
give him this award.
Yeah. All these old people are like, oh, he did put a dress on. Give it to that ugly, handsome woman over there with the hairy legs. Orlando tech groups can apply for money.
Which tech group? Because I know there's multiple tech groups.
Any tech group that wants to do like an event.
Yeah, but is there an official Orlando tech group still?
There are. Yeah, there is. There's also just like there's Black Orlando Tech. There's I don't know. There's a bunch of nerdy things. There's Tech and Beer. That's a Tech and Beer Association. They can get up to $65,000
Whoa.
from the Orlando Economic Partnership to support their events because we're kind of like they're thirsty for some like tech event success stories. And so some of these grassroots organizations you could really use that money to step your game up a bit.
We could use that money to step up our game.
Well, but it's got to be a tech event. It's only tech events. We can't hire backup
online.
dancers. Yeah,
We're surfing the web. We have a URL. I know how to Venmo.
Right? HTTPS. Yeah. Mind your biz. Yeah. Hashtag give me your money. Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
They're going to give me the money?
If you are interested in hearing more, just type tech group money into the bungalower.com search bar and you'll see what pops up.
All right.
I don't know if I can say this word. Bad as sandwiches. Remember?
I think you can say that word.
Right?
You say all kinds of words.
But I can't say that the donkey one. I'm not going to.
Just maybe it's a bad donkey.
At the risk of being bad donkey. That's a bad donkey. You're a bad donkey, John. This is fun. Badass Sandwich is opening a new location in Winter Park.
Close to my house.
Yeah, it is dangerously close.
Dangerously close.
Are you going to go? Do you like their sandwiches?
I do like their sandwiches.
Okay.
I didn't know that place closed, though, the Joe's Pizza.
Joe's Pizza, yeah, out of biz.
It's on Fairbanks in Winter Park.
1881 West Fairbanks,
right by
to be
I-4.
precise. Yeah, close to Lombardi Seafood.
And Four Rivers.
Winter Park Diner.
And the taco place,
Hunger Street. Yeah. And I'm excited for them, but
corridor of food right there.
I just feel like we have to touch on this because the internet was blowing up a little bit this week about Badass Sandwich because apparently one of the employees took to her Facebook to say that their tips were being stolen. By the owners. And so that has blown up. And now there's kind of like a little boycott happening.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I know the owner. We've done some work with them in the past, John Colazzo, and he actually called me after I wrote this thing. We don't really take sides like that. On the blog, at least. Maybe on the air I will. But in the site, we're just giving you the info, right? And so he was like, it was very nice of you to write that, thank you for not slandering us or anything. And I was like, well, maybe you haven't read us before, but we don't do that. But what is the real story here? And he was like, she wasn't hired in a tip position. So she's not obligated to get tips. The tips are going to food runners, right? And people like bringing the food up. She's a cashier.
When she says steals tips,
yeah,
she just means she's not getting tips.
And I don't know if that's the whole story. That's what he told me. She's saying everyone if someone's signing a tip to you at the cashier, they're assuming it's going to the cashier.
Yes.
So there's a disconnect right now with what's going on. I don't think he was doing it maliciously. That being said, people are mad, and so it's gone up, it's blown up. If you want to see some of the comments, you can actually go. You can see it on our Facebook. We could also go to the Tasty Chomps Orlando food.
But they're opening a new one by my house.
And I hope it continues, but I know they're getting hit hard right now by the online haters.
I'm sure, you know.
I hope he works it out.
Sure
I hope he
that'll
works
be
it
fine.
out. I hope everybody who's supposed to be getting tips gets their tips. It's sad to see drama like that, especially when it's like good food, and then the guys who as far as I know, is very nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's all I'm going to dish. That's all the tea you're getting, y'all. That is it. You didn't hear anything about this?
No, I didn't hear that at all.
It's because you have a life.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
I usually see these things online, or I'll catch some of it, but I didn't see any of that one.
Well, we're sending them good juju.
Good.
We're kind of running out of time on this first block, but when you
give me one more, Brendan.
We talked about it a little bit, that Fortify the Arts fundraiser that City Arts Factory was hosting to raise money to convert their poop alleyway into like a nice courtyard.
A non-poop alleyway.
We're
A pee alleyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least
something
a little bit better than a poop alleyway.
A place that inspires you to not want to poop in it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like you'll go there and you'll be like, I think I'll go to the next alleyway. This one's special.
Yeah.
And they raised a lot of money. We went to the fundraiser. It was crazy. I wore my pearls. I looked really pretty. And I met a lot of people and schmoozed. And we got the plan. So if you want to see...
Wait, what do you need to do to not make it a poop alleyway?
Well, they're going to put a gate on it.
Okay.
Which is, I guess, step one. It's not just open to anybody. But they're also salvaging some really cool...
maybe they just need to sign this. There's no pooping.
No, I'll tell you, as someone whose yard gets visited often from local... Does not work.
To be fair.
No, to be fair.
Do you have a sign up that says no pooping in your yard?
No.
No.
I have a sign that says
how
no
am I
peeing.
Supposed to know
you put
that I'm not allowed to poop or pee in your yard?
If you're the kind of person that's going to do that in an alleyway and you see a sign that says don't do it, you'll be like, oh, great idea. That's the place I'm going to do it.
You think that'll encourage people?
Yes.
If it says no.
Yeah, you're planting the seed for bad behavior. You should just have a sign that says... Go home, you're drunk.
Maybe you need reverse psychology then.
Yeah.
Please poop here.
You're an awful human being. Take your dumpster fire self home. That's what the sign should say. You don't belong in society.
Maybe just pay a security guard to sit there all the time. That's probably cheaper than putting up a fence.
No, that's what placemaking's about. You make it a spot. You design
now
it.
You're a placemaker all of a sudden. Is this your job interview?
I'm still trying to get it. A good design will make it so that when you see it, you would never want to poop in it. That's what placemaking is.
So like a bunch of spikes. A bunch of spikes.
Yeah, spikes. They call that aggressive design is what that's called. Anyway.
Maybe a porcupine farm.
We got to go to break. Come on back after the break. We'll tell you more about this. Wakeboarding plus Lake Eola. The Hullabaloo in Thornton Park is part music festival, part beach bash, part awesome sauce. Musical acts Sugar Ray and Eve Six will be hosting with local bands, including Oklahoma Stackhouse, for an all-day beach-themed festival in the middle of Florida winter. 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Lake Eola, January 25th. The event is also going to feature an innovative rail jam, a motorized 150-foot-long wakeboard track with a pool. It's going to be crazy. Check it out. Tickets are $15 at the door, $10 ahead of time. VIP Bungalower Buddy seating section available.
Hi, this is Lori Cox with Galvanized Growth Whole Life Coaching. Did you know that nourishment is more than just food? Have you defined what your big motivating factor is for why you want to make change in your life? Yeah, we all want to look like a bikini model on Instagram, but what is it that you really want? Do you want more energy? Do you want more time with your family? Do you want more quality of life? Sit down and take a minute and decide what your big motivating factor is. This is going to help get you into the gym, help you eat better, and help you live the life you want. For more Self-Care Saturday and other healthcare and nutrition and exercise hacks, visit me at www.mygalvanizedgrowth.
Welcome back to Bungalower and The Bus. I am the Bus, John Busdecker.
And I'm a sailor peeing in the wind. Brendan O'Connor from Bungalower.com.
And we are here at Cilantro's. I'm sure they love that intro. We are here at Cilantro's here in Curry Ford West a.k.a.
Curry. What do you
Ford
say?
West.
Yeah. This isn't part of the Hourglass development.
Oh, all right.
This is just outside of it. The Hourglass development is the private
Okay.
stuff that's happening around
Glad you're
next
you're
door.
schooling me on this.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
so this is in the Curry Ford West Main Street district.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a Mexican restaurant, and it's very good. Do you like cilantro, Brendan? Some people don't like it.
Awful.
Really?
Yeah, I'll never come back here. No, it's
not-
delicious.
not
They have,
no, I mean the actual plant.
yeah, it
Not
tastes like soap.
Really?
No, I
don't
like
think so.
cilantro.
No,
I like
don't
it.
think. I think it tastes fresh.
It's fresh. I just put a bunch of cilantro in a thing I made today.
A thing.
Yeah, I made a quinoa thing in my instant pots with chicken.
Why did you eat here then tonight?
It was lunch.
oh, lunch.
Yeah. But then I have extra. I was prepping, meal prepping, as they say.
But yeah, this
That's what
is really
skinny
good here
people
at
do.
Cilantro. So come check it out. We're here
Yeah.
tonight, hanging out.
Well,
Got some fans here.
Well, they followed us in.
That's true. Look. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. I'm turning the volume
Hey,
down.
guys, settle down, everybody. Settle down.
Brandon, where are we going next week? Any idea?
No.
No. All right. Follow
This
us
was a
on
one-off. This was
Facebook,
a one-off.
Instagram, Twitter. We'll let you know where we're going to
No,
go.
I'll tell you by the end. There's a spot that we're going to talk about, and I think we're going to go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
All right.
That's why I can't remember.
So here on Bungalower and The Bus, we talk about all things downtown Orlando and the surrounding
Yeah,
neighborhoods.
including Corey Ford West.
Yes.
Which used to be a suburb.
Really?
Yeah, now
When?
it's getting folded back in. It's like an inner city reclaimed neighborhood.
When was it a suburb?
Like 60s, 50s, 70s.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you can see it in the
It's all
housing stock.
Orlando, though, right?
Yeah, it was like an exurb or something they call it. Like it was just an outer ring. You didn't consider this inner city, which is why now it's interesting to see as the downtown grows that the housing here was one of the last affordable bastions of housing
True.
areas downtown. People like rediscovered it, and it's flipping. People are flipping homes,
Yeah.
cool
I lived in
businesses.
some houses over here at one point.
Yeah, most people have because it's affordable.
I didn't move here, but
Yeah.
they were nice.
Some of our guests just moved here because they loved it. Yeah,
Excellent.
out of Milk District straight over to Curry Ford West. What were we talking about for the break?
So we were talking about alleyways and
So
and using them as
interesting.
bathrooms and things like that.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
No, what are you,
Bad
dog?
idea, unless
Yeah.
you really gotta go, right?
Or you're an animal. Yeah.
But speaking of
College Park
animals,
coyote.
Brendan,
Yeah.
did you read this thing about Rock Pit Brewing?
Well, wait. Yes, but we didn't finish the conversation.
Oh,
with the
you want?
alley.
Oh, we didn't. I thought we did.
No. There's
I
a
thought
one
we were
last,
at the end of that.
one last piece.
Oh, okay.
And that there's big architectural pieces that they're going to be showcasing in the park that they're salvaging from the soon-to-be demolished Church Street Ballroom.
Ah.
So Lincoln Property, which some people have been like cussing out out of the corner of their mouths, their treatment of Hamburger Mary Orlando downtown. They're nervous about these towers going up and how that affects the historic looking Church Street district. It was all built in the 80s, right?
Yeah, I was
most
gonna
of
say.
it. Not the Bumby Arcade and stuff. That's all old. But but the Cheyenne and those places were built in the 80s.
Yeah.
But they're going to try to salvage as much as they can and showcase it there. They're donating it to the Downtown Arts District. So there's this beautiful like archway, glass archway. Looks like the Crystal Palace, like in England.
So wait, where they're going to display them?
It'll be part of it. It'll be like instead of just an open air alleyway now, you'll be walking under what looks like a big greenhouse kind of. And big
They're going to
fancy
move that over.
Yeah.
Ah.
Piecemeal.
Oh, that'd be nice to look up when I'm going to the bathroom over there.
No more peeing in the rain.
No, I know. It'll protect me.
I
It'll
see
be
what you
like a stained glass
I
window.
get it. You don't want to talk about alleyways anymore. Tell me about these dogs at Rock Pit.
So there's a big long blog post about something that happened at Rock Pit Brewing, which we've done a show there
With funny photos and memes incorporated in it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was pretty
was
good. And so
very well
this
done.
place is on South Orange Avenue in Sodo.
Uh-huh.
Great brewery, really cool in there. It's kind of like minor themed, and we were there. Not minor like little kids, but minor like
Oh.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I started
Like-
sweating.
Yeah, like digging coal miners. And so there was this long blog post about how this couple came in.
I'll only date one of those. But which one?
So this couple came in, and apparently they have dogs at the brewery. A lot of breweries
all the
have
time.
dogs.
They do like dog specific events.
Yeah. So a lot of breweries do, but they do, like you said, especially. And so This couple came in, and apparently, according to the blog post, they were just like annoyed the entire time. Yeah.
Disgusted.
Everything they were upset about.
Yeah.
So
leave. You know,
it sounded like at some point near the end of their visit, they said something like, "Well, you shouldn't have your dogs here. There shouldn't be dogs in this brewery."
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing here. And so,
and we're going to report you.
Yeah. And so a few days later, the health department came in and said, "You can't have dogs here." And sounds like Rock Pit Brewing said, "Well, we'll see in court about this because we're not going to not have dogs here." They said breweries and dogs and beer, they all go together. So right now, I guess they said they're going to put a little moratorium on it. They're going to not have some dogs for a little bit, but they're going to fight this.
While they fight it. And they're trying to get all the other local breweries to band together and challenge it.
Yes.
But, the problem is that's a state rule.
That you can't have dogs?
No, you can't. And it's really you can't have in places that serve food.
All right.
But for as far as like the health people are concerned, liquor and booze is food because it's consumable.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't necessarily enforce it. The reason they're enforcing this one specific case is because somebody complained. And anytime that there's a complaint, it's the same thing with the permitting department here locally.
You got to go look.
They're not out looking for trouble. Yeah, they're only coming in if there's so much for them to look into. They're only going to come if somebody complains.
And they had mentioned this in the blog post where it said, we're not really knocking the health department. It's their job.
Yeah, they said they were very nice.
Yeah.
But they're still going to sue them.
So Brendan, I'm going to ask you then, are you pro-dog or anti-dog in breweries?
I think I'm pro-dog. If they're not,
I'm pro-dog too.
It's in a tasting room. It's cleared off, sectioned off, so they can't go in where the beer is getting manufactured.
No.
They're just hanging out. That being said, sometimes not all dogs want to be there.
Okay, no, I agree with that.
I feel a little sad.
That's the owners.
They always just look stressed out.
Well, that's the owner.
And they're hot. Like when people bring their dogs to the farmer's market, like it's too much.
They shouldn't do that.
No. Your dog doesn't want to be there.
Your dog doesn't want to be there.
Not all dogs. Some love it, right?
Yeah.
But like I'd say 75% of the dogs that you see at a brewery are out in public would rather be at home, farting on your pillow.
Uh-huh.
They do not want to be out there.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I do
But
think
do I like seeing Burton's used to have people would let their dogs sit at the bar stools at Burton's.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
I love it too. And I think that's a Florida thing because there's a lot of other states that I've been to where you can have dogs in the breweries.
Yeah. I will say, and I told Rock Pit this, municipalities can supersede, they can pass their own code that is that will exempt their city from that rule.
Uh-huh.
So Orlando could pass a rule saying we want dogs in places of drink.
And I get it. Like certain restaurants, I probably don't want a dog there all the time if it's like a nice restaurant. But if it's out on the patio or whatever, I mean, who cares?
Yeah, but like
especially a brewery.
Yeah, make them wear pants or something.
The dogs or the patrons?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Everybody should wear pants. If you're out in public, wear pants. So maybe that applies to dogs, and then we won't be as offended when we see them sitting on a chair or something.
All right.
Yeah, scooting around.
I just think they should be in the breweries.
I like it. Do you bring your dog to the brewery?
If I'm allowed, I will.
Yeah, Hermione.
I will. Yeah, but if I can, I'm not going to be a jerk about it.
Yeah, I don't. Rock Pit, you can tell when you're walking up there. That's the kind of place that's going to have a few dogs.
Yeah, not your dog though. Your dog hates everybody.
My dog loves everybody.
Hates me.
Well, it's a good judge of character,
Terrible
John.
Judge of character.
I hope it works out. We'll probably write about it just so people know that there is like a way to fight it. I know there's a petition going around. They shouldn't be petitioning the state because that just won't fly. They need to petition the city of Orlando, and that can happen. And there are commissioners who would love to see that happen. I'm sure Commissioner Stewart would not want to support it,
but that's not his district.
No, he doesn't have to be by district. They just get a couple. You get 3 commissioners to side with you.
You don't know if Commissioner Stewart would like it or not. Well, you think he's anti-dog?
I think he's fancy.
Okay.
I think he's like a Dubs Dread guy. You don't think people in College Park like? I
live in College.
I don't see Rob Stewart saddling up and loving to be sitting next to a bulldog at a bar.
What about cats? Would you be pro cat in a brewery?
I think if dogs can, then yeah, you should have a cat too.
So wait, how do you get away with having a cat cafe?
They're in another room. They're sequestered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can't have it where you're serving coffee.
I get it. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a bubble room. And maybe that's what they have to do with dogs.
Put all the dogs in a bubble.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I don't know what to say to that. Okay.
Moving on.
Did you hear about this micro apartment project?
No. Maybe.
People are both excited and mad about it. This is how, if we had written about this 3 years ago, all of the Bungalower comments would have been like, yeah, urbanism, new urbanism. We don't need this much footprint. Awesome. There is this new 12-story apartment complex being pitched for South Eola, of course, because that's
how many buildings can they build over in South Eola?
There's only a couple lots left.
Okay,
and they're gonna. It's gonna be it is the most dense neighborhood in town. Enough so that we never would have called it South Eola before, but there's so many people living there now it has its own name, right? I think this new spot, though, the hook is that the apartments are between 350 to 500 square feet.
Yeah.
Right? So like a tiny house.
That's what they live in Japan.
Yeah.
Tokyo has those.
Okay, I'm not going to give an opinion yet.
I'll tell you mine right now, but continue.
But what do you think the rent is going to be?
Average
rent?
Probably expensive. It's probably $1,200 to $1,500 a month.
It's $1,200 a month.
All right.
For a 400 square foot apartment.
So wait, what do you think about
with
that?
shared amenities?
I'll tell you what I think, but tell me what you think.
I think if someone wants to pay it, fine.
That's how I feel,
Who am I to
too.
say no? But people are mad, right? And they're like, everyone immediately when they see smaller square footage, they're like, oh, that's great for affordable housing. That's great for poor people. Like, I'm like, no, not just poor people want to live with smaller footprints. It should be for anyone.
Yeah.
You're actually paying for your proximity to downtown. You're paying to live a block away from Publix.
I can tell you, I'm not 23 anymore, but when I was 23,
you look at John drinking water.
But when I was 23, I didn't need 1,000 square feet or 1,500 square feet for anything.
No.
I didn't have anything to put in that much space.
Right.
So, and if I wanted to live downtown and I could pay $1,200 a month and have a television, a bed, and whatever, fine.
2 pools on the rooftop.
Yeah,
a gym.
Who cares? It's like less to clean.
Electric charging stations. It's also going to have a co-working office level and then like retail on the ground floor.
I mean, like you said, if somebody wants to live there, I think it's great.
I agree.
Options.
Does that make us capitalists?
Well, I just think for me, it feels like if that's what you want, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Because what's the alternative? To have something twice
communism.
as big? No, to have something twice as big or 3 times as big,
right,
and then charge 3 times as much. Is that better? To say, hey, we have a...
Are we fighting right now?
Yeah. We have 1,000 square foot apartment, but
you discuss angrily.
No, we're actually on the same page on this, though.
Why are we fighting then?
I think it's, I think it's just part of living downtown.
I agree.
If that's what you want.
I got something else for you.
Okay, but that does not solve affordable housing at all.
No, it doesn't. It's $1,200 a month, which is that's an affordable rent level. I think $1,500 and below is affordable. That's why we do that rental roundup, which I haven't done in a hot minute. And
because there ain't no houses for under $1,500.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find. I actually started going outside of our periphery for like behind Executive Airport. I know there's always going to be a couple there. Oviedo could do, Ocala,
Davenport,
Apopka. I know I'll find something in Apopka. Did you see the chain gang article I put up?
Kind of.
Okay. The city has an ongoing relationship with the Department of Corrections to use inmate labor. And so they have 2 work crews of, I can't remember how many people. I want to say like
10 or 15.
10, that sounds right.
You see
right?
Them, yeah.
And so the city pays for the wages and the costs of the officers to run the program, which is like over $100,000 a year. And it was scheduled to end this June, but they've petitioned to have it last another year. In that, they don't pay for the wages of the inmates. And nobody could tell me if the inmates get paid. And I know that there are some paid gigs for inmates and some that are not. Sometimes it's just like a work behavior
We should probably
thing.
say they're not actual chain gangs. They're not chained together.
But that's still the term for inmate.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, they're
just saying
chained.
they're not
They're
actually
chained
chained
by their
together.
obligation to the man.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
at some point in history, they actually were chained together, but they're not anymore.
Okay,
But I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
not way off base though.
No.
It's an emotional and
Inmate
spiritual
labor.
chain.
I'm just trying to give people a picture.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No chain, but they're in
Yeah.
do they wear orange jumpsuits?
I think they wear blue jumpsuits, don't they?
Blue.
I feel like they wear blue when I see them. Maybe
Blue's
orange.
hot. Blue's hot.
Anyway, but their wages can't
2020.
be that high. I mean, they might be $1 an hour.
I think
don't
it's
know.
under that. And so we put what do you think about that? Do you think inmates should be paid? This is hard. I'm putting you on the spot.
This is a tough one.
I don't know how I feel about it either. So if they're not paid, is that slave labor?
Well,
Because you're like
if they're not
made
paid,
to
then
work.
yes.
You're
If
like,
they're not paid, yes. The question is if they are paid. I mean, if you were to pay them,
should we do a survey of the people? Let's do a survey
of
of the people. We won't say your names, but we'll pass a microphone around, and you can tell us yes or no. Do you think inmates? And if you have something else to say, make it quick. I'm looking at you. Do you think they should be paid for their labor?
paid, but not just paid, but paid accordingly, comparable to somebody else who would do that job. Because you can't say, yeah, they should be paid, but it's only a quarter an hour. Like, that's really not paid.
So I think it's a little bit. Sorry, I think it's a little bit of an ethical dilemma because I think it also depends a little bit on the crime.
So, like, if you're a murderer, you get nothing.
Basically.
Okay, I got you. You just got.
Yes.
Yes, with some conditions.
I agree, yes.
Nobody knows who you are. It's okay.
I think yes, but also I don't know. I think if you're in prison, but the problem I have is like prison industrial complex things. That is the real problem.
We don't have enough time to talk about the prison industrial complex.
It's a larger.
But I get it's a larger
But
issue.
I wanted to see what the gut reaction was
Yeah.
for something like that.
Because essentially, we would be paying them then. It's not like
we are.
Yeah.
Right, as
but I'm saying if you were to
taxpayers.
pay more, it would come from us. So, is that okay
Correct.
with you?
I think they should be paid something.
Okay.
And
I
I
agree.
don't think it should be comparable to minimum wage.
All right.
I don't think that applies because you're
And
paying
we
you're
should say
paying
these are
penance
not-
for something.
These are not prisoners in state penitentiary. These are Orange County jail prisoners.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think those are usually higher levels of crimes. They're usually in for a year or less.
Okay.
I think.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So I wanted to meditate
All right.
on it and see
Why
what
don't
other
you just go
people
help
thought.
them out? Maybe when you see them mowing the lawn, grab a weed whacker and help them out.
Depends on how handsome they are. Well, I'll go hang out. What's up?
Chain
What's
me
up?
to you.
I like a bad boy. Orange County Regional History Center is hosting their Heritage Day. It's the 175th anniversary of the day in 1845 when we went from Mosquito County to Orange County, which I say is the best marketing move we ever made. Right?
But if we move it back, maybe less people will keep moving here.
We had a couple of those comments. On social.
You want to do events?
Yeah, let's go to events. We'll go to Sarah the intern and we'll come back. Sarah, tell us all about it.
Hey Bungalowers, it's Sarah the intern, and if you haven't made any plans for the weekend or you just don't know what to do, we got a lot of things happening around Orlando on Saturday and Sunday. So, the Central Florida Scottish Highland Games is here. This is a 2-day festival happening in Winter Springs. They'll be featuring a lot of different events, Highland dancing, there'll be a medieval camp, archery, axe throwing, and a little bit of whiskey tasting. It's happening from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days at the Central Winds Park, located at 1000 Central Winds Drive, Winter Springs. The Jurassic World live tour is here and the adventure continues at the Amway Center. There'll be life-size dinos and featuring Blue the Raptor. There'll be Triceratops and the Mighty T-Rex. Showtimes on Saturday is 11 a.m. And 3 and 7 p.m. Sunday is at 1 and 5 p.m. And Monday, their last show happening if you have the day off, go. It's happening at 1 p.m. at the Amway Center, located at 400 West Church Street. And and ticket prices between $13 and $120. You can find them at Ticketmaster.com. The Martin Luther King Jr. Downtown Orlando Parade is also happening Saturday morning. The parade begins at 10 a.m. on the corner of Orange Avenue and Livingston Street near the Orange County Courthouse. This event is a partnership event between UCF and the City of Orlando. So we're coming together as a community for a day of remembrance and pride. There's also the Orlando Women's Power March. They'll be joining in on the MLK Parade. They'll be marching with banners and homemade signs. And if you want to join these ladies, they're meeting at the intersection of North Orange Avenue and West Concord Street at 9:30 a.m. You can learn how to paint Baby Yoda. There's art classes happening at Oviedo Mall for not just kids, but also adults on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. This 2-hour class includes all materials, instruction, and if you're 21 and up, some free wine samples. This is hosted by Calliope Street. Ticket pricing for adults is about $30. Kids is $20, and it's located at 1670 Oviedo Mall Boulevard. Southern Fried Sundays 14-year anniversary show and chicken bingo. Yes, they're celebrating 14 years. You heard it right. The show has been going on that long. This is an event happening at Will's Pub. You can eat some barbecue dinner and listen to Orlando bands. They'll be playing roots music all day, and they plan to play around 5 rounds of bingo before and between each band with karaoke at the end of the night. Who doesn't love some karaoke? So it's happening from 4 to 10 p.m. at Will's Pub, located at 1042 North Mills Avenue, and it'll cost about $10 to $12. All right, bungalowers, I hope you have an awesome, amazing weekend. Go and check out these events. They sound super fun, and have a great time in Orlando.
Well, thank you, Sarah, the intern. You should give her a raise, Brendan.
No.
All right. You pay her like an inmate.
She gets paid. She did a beautiful video of Lou Gardens, which you can see on her Instagram, because they have these games and stuff
She
around.
gets paid in credit hours, doesn't she?
No, she's getting monies, honey.
Right.
Money, honey.
She make more than you?
More than you ever did.
That's probably
video
true.
for
You
us.
didn't pay me anything.
I paid you.
A little bit.
How dare you?
That's true.
Thank you for tuning in this week. I already forgot where we're going to be next week.
But we are here at Cilantro's this
Yeah.
week, and thank you to them.
We'll post on our Instagram account where we're going to go
Everything
well
is
in advance.
fantastic here.
So you can come and hang out with us.
Yeah, so Brendan, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, you will. Thank you, Curry Ford West and Hourglass and Cilantros for letting us park our cars and eat your food. Peace.
This is Erin from the Orange County Library System. We want to make sure that you know about these 3 things. Chef Karen Ross will share how easy it is to make homemade soups in under 30 minutes. Cuisine Corner Quick Soups will be at our Washington Park branch on January 23rd. Make 2020 the year you finish and publish that novel. Our annual OCLS Writers Conference takes place at Orlando Public Library on January 25th. Attend workshops about both the creative and business side of the writing craft. The Southwest Branch hosts Let's Embroider Level 1 on January 24th. You'll learn the basics of using a hoop and needles to create a beautiful sampler with your own hands. Learn about these 3 things and much more at ocls.info or call 407-835-7323. That's ocls.info or 407-835-7323. Orange County Library System is your place to learn, grow, connect.